Evanston Red Devil Volleyball is live on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Follow the team across the state of Wyoming from the Cokeville Invitational in late August all the way through to the state tournament in November. With the opening serve of today's match quickly approaching, let's head to the booth for pregame coverage.
Welcome once again to the Cokeville Invitational, day one. Match of one of at least five, as many as maybe 7 or 8 over the next 2 days. The Lady Red Devils and the Rich Rebels, 0-0, brand new season. First serve coming up about 12 to 15 minutes from now. When we come back, we will take a look back at the year that was for the Lady Red Devils and the most recent year history for Evanston, and then look ahead to the year to come and the new faces on this varsity team. This is a First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
How they play in those games will determine how they, if they move on to the gold bracket, the silver bracket. We welcome you back to the Cokeville Auxiliary Gymnasium. Again, Altamont and Evanston are playing in a football contest tonight, and that game will not be on our airwaves, but there is a streaming service in Duchesne County that does games, so we are going to try and find out what the address is to that and let people know if they want to watch or listen to some of the 0-week game, Evanston versus Altamont. That will be provided somewhere, just trying to find out exactly where that is. It's a local production company in Duchesne. Evanston versus Rich today, the first of 3 contests. Here at game time started probably close to about 9 o'clock this morning, and then Preston versus Evanston will be at about 4:15 today, and then the final contest today at about 6:30, maybe 6:45 against Mountain View. Move on and go to the gold bracket, or fall and go to the silver bracket and be back here in the auxiliary gym tomorrow. Last year, Evanston was in the championship match of this Cokeville Tournament of Champions against Green River, and it went 5 sets, Green River winning the first of what was, I think, 4 wins on the year Green River had over Evanston last season. So that was the first of 4. Green River probably the favorite in the newly aligned 4A Southwest Conference, first year of existence for that. Teams are now in 4 quadrants with 4 teams each, 16 teams moving up into 4A, up from 12. Well, 13 last year with the addition of Thunder Basin moving in with Campbell County. And then you bring up Riverton, which was 4A just a couple of years ago. You bring up Cody, which is now the smallest 4A school. And then you bring up Star Valley, which is almost equal in size to Evanston when you look at student enrollment. All 3 of those schools being and then Evanston as well. So Evanston, Cody, Star Valley, and Riverton all stay 3A in football, as there's only still 10 3A, or 10 4A football teams. But 16 teams in 4A, so that means Evanston, Green River, Star Valley all in 4A this year and at this tournament as well. We will take a break, come back, look ahead to this contest with the clock starting to move now at 11:38 until the first tip. Evanston starting to take its warm-up hit lines here at the Cokeville Auxiliary Gym. This is a First Bank presentation of Evanston Lady Red Devil Volleyball on K9 Radio and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Getting you set for Evanston versus Rich County. Who's in store to play for either side? Well, we've got a roster for both teams, but who exactly is going to play from set to set? A little bit undetermined at the moment. A lot of seniors on this 12-person roster for Evanston. 10 out of the 12 on the varsity roster are seniors right now. There's 1 junior and 1 freshman. And that 1 freshman, Emily Freeland, did not play the second set of JV, so I suppose that would mean I probably expect to see her play some varsity today. She is lining up on the right side, getting ready for a hit. Not that that means that that's where she will be setting up at, but for what we would expect to be a future outside hitter, she does play some varsity time this year. Maybe expect right side and natural progression and a way to get her involved. That's where we saw Corinne Thornock, now a senior at Spanish Fork, get some starting time at the state tournament. Was at right side in that 2015 runner-up, championship runner-up run for the Lady Red Devils. Kaylee Sharp, she's a senior and a returning rotation player from last year, moving from right side to middle blocker. And Ajahana Archuleta, the other returner on a full-time basis at least, coming back as an outside hitter. Other than that, a whole lot of question marks. Who will be the libero? Will it be a DS? Will it switch back and forth? Corey DeRue and Sierra Burley were JV liberos last year in DSs, so we'll see who has a jersey on today, opposite color of everyone else. We mentioned Emily Freeland. We'll see how she fits in as a freshman. The lone junior on this varsity squad for the weekend is Lauren Ellingford, and she would quite possibly be in line to be that second outside hitter. We'll have to see how that works out. Kaylee Critchfield, a senior and returning setter, serving specialist from last year is where she saw most of her time, but saw a little bit in with the injury of Haley Barker as a setter last year, particularly at the Star Valley Invitational. Jenna Tethel is a senior and wears jersey number 19. Don't know too much about where she will set up. Is that a right side middle blocker? I was told by Coach Lawler, we'll hear from in just a bit, she has up to 7 rotations as how players can be organized throughout this weekend. Natalie Robbins, a senior, as well as Sydney Bound, a senior setter. Alexia Leland, not sure where she will play or how that will manifest either, but she's also a senior. And then the last senior listed on the roster numerically, number 28, Kelly Saxton. That's your roster for Evanston. How they square up this weekend and in the weeks to come, I'm sure, is a fluid topic of conversation that we will be discussing over the next few weeks. But when we come back, we will hear from one of our Red Devils, Jenna Tethel, on this First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
No matter what season of the year it is, when you live in our neck of the woods, you need outdoor power equipment. With quality product lines like Stihl, Toro, and Walker, Superior Rental and Sales has what you need for every season. Everything from homeowner to professional grade products. Plus, when it comes to maintenance, you're covered. Our full-time mechanic is available for tune-ups, maintenance, chain sharpening, whatever you need. Stop in today, Superior Rental and Sales, 371 Prospector Drive, here in Evanston.
I am with EHS senior Jenna Tethel. New volleyball season, lots of practice. You've already had your two-a-days. You're getting ready for your first matches. How do you feel about the start to your senior year?
I'm really excited. Everyone says it's a breeze, so I'm just hoping we can make our volleyball season really fun and try to take state.
Has it felt like a breeze?
Not during two-a-days, because two-a-days are really hard, but I bet once the season starts, it'll probably kick up and it'll go really fast.
You've helped out with Special Olympics in past years. Tell me what you do with that.
I have. In the winter, we do snowshoeing and skiing, and I help with my little brother and all of his teammates, and it's super fun, and it's cold, but we love it.
How often in the wintertime are you getting out, weather permitting, when there is snow? Let's say it's a perfect winter and there's snow on the ground. How often are you getting out and snowshoeing?
I would say at least 4 to 5 times a week, and then sometimes we have the competitions over the weekend, so quite a bit.
Do you have to put on the snowshoes too?
Yes.
Does that get tiring? Does it take conditioning on your part?
Oh yeah, it looks really easy, but they're really hard to run in. You'd be surprised.
What do you have coming up for your senior year in classes?
Well, I'm taking really hard classes this year, so I'm kind of worried, but I just gotta get through it and it'll be good. And I'm taking a CNA class to get started into nursing, because I want to go to nursing, so I'm excited for that. So it'll be hard, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Are you taking your CNA through BOCES in the fall?
I am, yep.
And then that gets you certified at one semester of that, or is it one quarter of that? How long is it through December, and then you'll be certified?
So we just take it every other day on 8 days for the first semester, and then after first semester's over, we are certified.
Is there a test at the end that you have to pass?
I'm pretty sure. And we also go to the nursing home, and after we get certified, and then we go to the nursing home and we help with the old people, but that's only if you pass the test.
That was my next question. Do you have any experience in working in the medical field, especially in CNA sort of work, and then maybe being around some nurses?
I don't have much experience, but as I've grown up, I've always wanted to help people and help them get better and let them heal. So I've always been into that, and I just took my CPR class, and because you have to get that before you go start into the class, and I passed that class. So far it's a good start.
You said you were taking a lot of tough classes. Do you remember any of them, or are they too tough to even remember right now?
I do actually remember them, surprisingly. I'm taking college English, and I'm taking anatomy, and I'm taking chemistry, and I was supposed to take psychology, but then we don't have a teacher for that anymore, and that was also a college credit, so it's kind of sad that we can't take that anymore. But I still have a lot of hard classes that I have to take, and I only have about one class that's not hard, and it's peer advocate, and I'll be with all the fun kids, so that'll be like my free hours, so it'll be relaxing during that class.
Well, good luck. You're going to be busy. We wish you the best of luck on the court and in this classroom. Jenna Tethel, thank you.
Thank you.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
I'm with Tara Lawler. First time that we've talked this season on mic. Every year you come in and you've had different things that have been going through your mind from the year prior, that I should have got on that earlier, and it seems to kind of be a little bit cyclical. Where are you at when you came into this year of that we should focus a little bit more on this coming into the season?
I think having 10 seniors on the team, on a roster of 12, we're emphasizing being able to raise the bar sooner than what we've done in the past. Not all of them necessarily have varsity experience, but many of them have playtime experience, and they understand the game and they understand the strategy. And so right now we're just we know that we have to serve well, we know we have to pass well, but now we're raising the bar. Instead of doing hitting lines, I'm standing on a box and hitting at my defenders, so the toss is off of a dig, not off of an easy toss to the setter. So we're just trying to find ways where we can raise the bar on all avenues of the skills.
10 seniors kind of makes it difficult with, you have the seniors and the juniors, and you even have some freshmen coming up. At least you have guaranteed 5 matches, but getting everyone in, I would imagine set to set, your rotations are going to be wildly different.
I think so. I think right now in my backpack 7 different current versions, and that can also obviously change when we're playing in Cokeville and we see what does this look like. We'll play a lot of options. We'll switch even similar players, but switch them on the dial. So instead of maybe starting front row, they'll start back row so I can see how they block together, how they play defense. We'll be switching it up quite a bit.
3 matches today. You start with Rich, as you have the last couple of years. I imagine with all those rotations, we want to beat Rich, but you probably have to manage your expectations with, you have to be worried about a lot of trying to see how players are out there reacting with each other.
Absolutely. We can try to emulate game-like speed, drills as much as we can, but obviously there's nothing like actually playing a new opponent that we don't know a player's tendencies. So it will be a good work in progress. I definitely am impressed with how quickly they're adapting already to new skills or drills that I'm giving them. We're trying some new things, and they're adapting quite well. But I do agree with you. Learning how to play next to a player takes time, and it will be interesting to see how it all plays out. I think they're definitely ready to compete. They've put a lot of hours in with preseason and the two-a-days, so they are excited to find somebody new on the other side of the net and to compete with.
We'll talk about it more next week, but Cokeville this week, about an hour away as always, and then next week you don't have to go anywhere. I'm sure there's added stress with being a host coach for a tournament, but you don't have to go to Pocatello. You certainly don't have to go to Gillette. You get to stay here for a couple of days.
Yeah, we are so excited and so thankful to the administration and the community for welcoming this opportunity for us. It's exciting to have 7 Utah schools that I know at least in 19 or 20 years haven't been to Evanston, and to bring in other Wyoming schools to kind of be on the same team as us for the Wyoming versus Utah. It will be a really neat experience. Hopefully it'll be great for the community, bringing new people here. I hope it's a heat wave in Salt Lake and Utah, so they're excited to come to Evanston to cool off a little bit, and they can enjoy Cowboy Days at the same time. So we're really excited about the opportunity. I think it's great for these girls to be able to play in front of friends and family locally that wouldn't otherwise be able to travel to Gillette or Pocatello. So excited about this opportunity.
I'm talking to you during the last practice before you head to Cokeville. They currently are playing a quote-unquote classic rock song that came out my last year of college. You need to talk to them a little bit about classic rock and what that is, though.
I totally agree. They asked if they could warm up with tunes today, and we had a quick vote on what they wanted, and they said, let's do something really old and classic, like ladies of the 80s. And I thought, oh no, that's not that old, guys. So we will be talking classic rock. If you want to talk to them in Cokeville during our downtime, you're welcome to share some music with them as well.
This is 2012. Come on. This is not classic rock. It's still the same decade. Coach Lawler, thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
Welcome back to Cokeville, where we are just about set for the start of this contest. The lineup for Rich appears to be set. I don't see a libero, just all black jerseys for the Rich Rebels, all blue, navy blue for Evanston, minus the libero, number 3. 4'10" senior Corey DeRue. Up on the front line for Evanston, surely enough, rotation number 1 for the first time ever, and as far as I know in Evanston in the last 20 years or so, a freshman starts at outside hitter. Emily Freeland, Kaylee Sharp at middle, and then Lauren Ellingford on the right side, unless, of course, they'll be switching over, and I think that could be the case of Lauren maybe at outside and Emily Freeland at right side. They're just in that spot in the rotation waiting for the serve. Kaylee Critchfield will serve off for Evanston. Corey DeRue and Ajahana Archuleta in the back row. First time for Aja playing some back row action. And we are underway, a service error to start off the contest. Kaylee Critchfield ends to the antenna. Okay, let's take a look at your Rich Rebels team. Sydney Hatch back there to serve, number 45 in there with Allie Wallentine and Shelly Burton. Set backside to Ellingford, tips it on the right side. A little wonky, but it falls down for a point. We're at 1-1. Ellie Brown up in the front line for Rich County. Taya Peterson checks in for Hatch and got some hair on there. I think that's Kendall Staple. Number 6 has the ponytail back behind the jersey number. Yes, it is Staple. To Rich's side, outside to Trineri through 2 blockers. A net touching called on Evanston. Will give Rich County the point. 2-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sierra Burley comes in back line for Lauren Ellingford. Kaylee Critchfield up into the front line as a setter. So at least for this rotation, we have a 5-1 for Evanston. Long serve and out of bounds. Untouched, 2-2. Ellie Brown serves it long for Rich County. Not sure really what to expect out of this Evanston team early on in the season with all the turnovers. Natalie Robbins comes in, plays middle blocker for the Devils. Ajahana Archuleta up into the front line. And Emily Freeland playing right side. Ace from the server. Sierra Burley makes it 3-2. So you've got Ellingford and Archuleta at your outsides, and Emily Freeland playing right side. Second service error for the Lady Red Devils. Kaylee Sharp comes out, replaced by Corey DeRue. 3-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Trineri for Rich County. Set to serve straight away. Over the net, long, back to Burley. Shanked off the back wall and hits the little padding and takes a wild shank off that. 4-3 on a ace for Trineri. 4-3, Rich on top, first set. 5 setters all the way around here at Cokeville. Trineri goes line, push up by Archuleta, bump set from Burley. 10-foot line roll shot. Archuleta gets it over to Rich's side. Set up outside to Wallentine, over the block, but over everything and out of bounds. 4-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Have a new sponsor, in-game sponsor for all sports this year, and we'll be looking throughout the game. You can help us play along at home. The Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, all sports this year. Volleyball, football, basketball, soccer. Have to see if they pick up for baseball, too. Sydney Bound in and serving with the left hand. Up high, outside to Wallentine. Bump blocked by Kelly Saxton. 10-foot line, left-handed shot. Lets over the net. DeRue pushes it up in desperation and bumped over by Burley. Was about to be returned by Wallentine, but it was out of bounds. Burley calling for a touch, and Donna Bruce says no. She's the down official for this contest, activities secretary for Evanston High School here in Cokeville. 5-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, and Rich County is on top. Kendall Staple, the server. Left-handed slap on the jump into the net, and 5-5. We will see tons of service errors and probably service aces as well, but we'll see a lot of service errors at this Cokeville tournament, not just because it's the beginning of the season, but when we move over tomorrow, presumably, to the other gym, there's not a whole lot of space as they play two courts on a basketball court side by side. And that doesn't give much room for the servers, and so especially if you have a jump serve, there's not a whole lot you can do to get ready. Hatch from the middle, bumped up to Ellingford. Aja gets it up, and on a third hit over to Rich's side by Corey DeRue. Set up by Tingy, outside into the net. Wallentine can't get it over the block, and Evanston back up on top, 6-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Archuleta, the server for Evanston, hitting from the left side of the net here in set number 1 at the auxiliary gym in Cokeville. Set up to Hatch from the outside position, right through the two hands of Natalie Robbins, who swings him down in frustration after it goes through and down for a .66 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. No separation through 12 points. Sage Tingy is out of the contest for Rich County. Brown, the server, up in the front line. Hatch joining her along with Wallentine. Wallentine in her final rotation in the front line. Power serve, line drive delivered by Burton of Rich County. Bump over the net by Ellingford, goes back to Brown. Set up on the middle, high to the middle. Deflected, Lexi Leland gets it up. Ellingford has to toe the line of the net and just punch it over with her right hand. Return fire from Wallentine, blocked down by Robbins. Desperation bump up and over onto Rich's, from Rich's to Evanston side. Floating swing by Ellingford. Back to Hatch at the middle for Rich. Into the arms of Ellingford. Falls down on Evanston's side of the net, and it's 7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rich County, the home team on this scoreboard, although if I know the Cokeville invite, that's not going to stay that way. Service ace by Rich County. At Rich, they do things a little bit differently when it comes to the scoreboard, at least in this auxiliary gym, at least most years. That score represents who's on the left side of the net is the home team. Who's on the right side of the net is the guest. So that will switch from set to set, presumably, so anticipate that. 8-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board after a serve goes long and out of bounds for Rich County. Corey DeRue back into the serving position. Libero nearly lets it over. Brown up high to Hatch. Blocked. No. Kelly Saxton can't keep it. Back on Rich's side. It falls down on Evanston. And Rich is back up by 2. 9-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Allie Wallentine, the server. Brings Trineri back into the contest at outside hitter for Rich. Long set to the outside. Punch over by Sharp. Hatch to Trineri. Line shot. And Sydney Bound cannot put it up. 10-7. Rich County with a 3-point lead. Wallentine, the server. May have been out of bounds. Leland opted to return it, and an ace. And I'm not sure if they're doing a 4 rotation for Critchfield and 2 for Bound, but she is in at setter and playing in the front line right now, and Critchfield is out. Serve is negated. Evanston was caught out of rotation on the serve, and it was Lauren Ellingford, the offender. So 12-17, or 12-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 5-point lead for Rich County here in set number 1. Wallentine still on the serve. Rich County is pretty much a new team this year. Lost a whole lot of players from the state championship team 2 years ago and returned some last year and lost just about all of them. Don't recognize more than maybe 1 or 2 names, and most of those are family names. Wallentine, Trineri, Peterson, Hatch, but pretty much all new fresh faces for this varsity starting team. in Cokeville. 12-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rich County up by 5. Goes back middle, and Leland struggling in the back line, shanks it off to her right, and another ace. Back-to-back aces for Rich County with a out-of-rotation call in between those 2 points. Wallenstein goes long. Leland does pull back on this one, and a 6-point lead is cut by 1 to 5, 13-8. Evanston with the serve back, and Emily Freeland into the contest for Evanston, as well as Kaylee Critchfield, who will move back to serve. Just one serve for last year's serving specialist, Critchfield. She moves to the opposite side for the jump serve up this time. High return, tight on the net. Outside to Trineri. She has to back up on the line a little bit. Makes for an easy return for Leland. Outside, and Ellingford is blocked. Critchfield back to Lauren. She goes long. First went cross. This time line, high and out of bounds, untouched. Give the point back to Rich County. 14-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. First of 3 contests today. About 4:15 is when Evanston should be playing Preston here on mylocalradio.com. Freeland pushes it over down the line and misses out of bounds. 15-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A lot of years combined in the volleyball program for Evanston. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But timeout right now. 15-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board as we will take a break and come back on this First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
A long shot out of bounds for Rich County. Coming out of the break has the score at 15-9 in favor of the Rebels of Rich. 10-foot line shot from the middle. Peterson shoots it to the back middle of Evanston side. Archuleta partially blocked, but caught in the net on Rich's side, and Point Evanston makes it 15-10. Not a kill for Archuleta, but did just enough. Sierra Burley, the server, from the back middle position of the court. First touch to Trineri. She will get the attack on a Hutt cross-court shot. Picked up by DeRue. Flip over by Sharp. Second bump over the net, but out of bounds by Rich County, and Evanston on a 3-point run coming out of the break, cutting the lead to 4 points, 15-11 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Burley, back left side to Trineri. See if she gets the attack again. She does. This time about 2 feet off the net. Goes cross-court. DeRue picks it up. On the attack, Archuleta winds up and is blocked. May not have even been blocked. Might have just hit it into the tape. 16-11. 5-point advantage for Rich. Evanston, the team with the timeout, and coming into that timeout, we're going to talk about a whole lot of experience years-wise for this Evanston team. 10 seniors. But not a whole lot of varsity experience. Cross-court shot. Outside, Trineri has to back up and hits it into the net. Flip over by Sharp, 16-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Trineri is nearly blocked, but it shanks down on Evanston's side. Ricochet down to the opposite side of the court. No time for Evanston to recover. 17-12 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Long serve out of bounds, and Trineri gives the point back to Evanston. Sydney Bound and Kelly Saxton coming into the contest once again for Evanston. 17-13 the score. Rich County on top. Trineri with the first touch. Back left, and Tingy touches it over. Bounce sets up to Archuleta. Set was off a bit, but it was high, and Archuleta can go up and get those. Finds a back left corner. Wide open on the Rich County side. Evanston within 3 points, 17-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Impact Physical Therapy and Justin Dennis bringing you scores for all teams all year long for Evanston for a third consecutive season. Push up and a block by Natalie Robbins. Trineri was flat-footed and thought she could cheat it over the net. Not to be. Robbins was waiting on it. It was a loft shot. Evanston within 2. Outside, Wallentyne against the block, and she knocks it only about two-thirds of the way up the net. 1 point differential on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston to tie here. Serve over by Bound, and an ace. Ties it up 17 all on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rich County 1A out of Utah. Preston, Idaho either 1 or 2A out of Idaho, and Mountain View 3A out of Wyoming. Evanston will not play any 4A teams guaranteed in this tournament, but if they can make it to the gold bracket tomorrow, we will surely see a couple. Green River, Star Valley, a couple in attendance, as well as Campbell County out of the east side. Up high to Wallentyne, blocked by Robbins, back onto Rich's side. Give it to Wallentyne again. She winds up and is blocked again by Saxton. The second block ends up being the one that does it and gives Evanston the lead for the first time since they had a 3-2 advantage. 18-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Sydney Bound, the left-handed loft over, and Trineri can't run up in time. It only went 6 feet past the net. Timeout taken by Coach Stewart. Well, there was, and now it's being called off by the up official. We will continue to play. I think there was a false timeout call, so we will continue playing. 19-17, and timeout once again. We'll be back in 30 seconds on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talk to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry, just let T-Bar fix your car.
19-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sydney Bound coming off of an ace. Sends it over to the left hand once again, this time Trineri with it in the back middle. Outside Wallentyne, blocked by Saxton. Backline retreat by Mackenzie Smith. Give it back to Wallentyne. She hits it high over the block. This outside to Archuleta. Through 2 blockers and a kick up by Trineri. Not good enough. Evanston leads by 3 on this extended run continued. 20-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by Kazine's, where the legacy continues at 800 Front Street in Evanston. Sydney Bound sends it long, stays inbounds. Trineri with the shot up. Bump over onto Evanston's side. DeRue comes up at the 10-foot line to make the attack. Shoot to the outside. Archuleta into the net. Sydney Bound tried to shoot a quick one over to Archuleta. She likes the ball up higher. She's a high ball hitter and struggles at times on those line drives, and that's what she did there, sending it into the net. So the runs ended, but Evanston still on top, 20-18 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and a long serve over to Corey DeRue. Bumped by Archuleta and 3 and over on Burley. Give it to Tingy to the middle. Hatch out of bounds by a hair in the left back corner. 21-18, Evanston 4 points away from a set 1 victory. Trailed 17-12 at one point. Climbed back to take a 20-17 lead on an 8-0 run. Bumped by Tingy and behind the back over to Evanston's side. Bound up high to Ellingford. She has to toe that line. Gets it over the block. Keeps her elbow from hitting the net, and a kill for Lauren Ellingford, the junior. Younger sister of Hannah Ellingford, who was a multi-year starter for the Lady Red Devils and a varsity rostered player for that 2015 state runner-up team. Wallentyne to the middle. Floating shot. 10-foot line. Ellingford back to Trineri. Give it to Hatch on the outside. Saxton gets hands on it, but it continues to roll. DeRue to Bound. Outside from the middle position, Ellingford with a weak attack. Give it to the middle. This time Wallentine again playing there. Bound picks up the push. Back to Ellingford. Attacking more to the middle on her last two. Back up by Hatch. Sends it long to DeRue. Back middle court. Perfect pass to Bound. Outside Ellingford. Down the line. High up. And legal shot 3 and over for Rich. It was high on the elbows, but no carry called. Floating shot by Robbins stays over, and Wallentine is partially blocked. Ellingford to DeRue. Evanston will survive another round. Bump up, back line, Wallentine over to Evanston. Here's the chance to end it. Bound to Ellingford. Down the line, and again Rich stays in it. Not much attacking for them lately, but a roll shot over that lets on the net by Wallentine. Gives Rich County the point, 22-19 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. That probably lasted a minute 15. 22-19 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston still on top. 3 away to 6 away for Rich County. Bound to Ellingford. She's been having a little trouble terminating, and another 0 attack there. 10-foot line by Wallentine into the net, 23-19. Attacking errors have carried Evanston to a degree in this set on their comeback run. Kaylee Sharp, a senior and one of the lone 2 returning starters from last year's varsity team on a regular basis, comes back into the rotation at middle blocker. Outside to Hatch, blocked by Sharp. Hatch gets a touch up, and she gets a return attack. This time floats it over the hands of Sharp. Kaylee wants it at the middle. Bumps it outside to Ellingford, though. Push on the line. Trineri down to the ground to make a saving bump. Behind the back, over by Wallentine, staying just inbounds. DeRue picks it up. Bound to the outside. High to Ellingford, blocked. And net is all that it got. That's what the up says. There was no block touch. So point Rich County. 23-20 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston holds that 2-point advantage. 2 away from the set. Again, best out of 5. One of the few best out of 5 tournaments in Wyoming in the preseason. Service ace by Allie Wallentine. 23-21. Jump serve by Wallentine. Had about no rise and just about as little fall. Just a laser back. And Leland is being targeted. And it's a 1-point contest. Back-to-back aces by Wallentine. She sends it right back to Leland, playing mid-back right now. Had some serve-receive trouble earlier in the set. Wallentine does go back to Leland. This one a good return up to Bound. Runs out to the 10-foot line. Sharp from the outside is blocked. The block by Ellie Brown ties it at 23 apiece. Well, we've had some great contests between Evanston and Ridge the last couple of years. Evanston went down 2-0 last year before storming back to win set 3, 4, and 5. And a 23-all division between these two teams. At the moment, 3 and over for Evanston. So an attack setup for Ridge County. They go to the middle. Hatch is blocked. Outside to Trineri. Floats it back to DeRue. She pushes it up to Bound. Long run for her to set it over. And Ellingford's shot is blocked, but blocked out of bounds. So set point number 1 overruled. They give it to Rich County. They gave the point to the wrong side. So it's 24-23. Evanston serving. They need to fix the scoreboard. A timeout will be taken. 24-23 when we come back. Evanston leads at set point on this First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball.
Forming a relationship with Trona Valley at an early age is a wise choice. We believe that learning money management skills at a young age can help set a better foundation for establishing good financial habits. Money management skills are important for financial success, whether saving or borrowing. Trona Valley offers youth loans to members under the age of 18. Our loan options are perfect for kids. They can learn the basics of borrowing, which includes interest, terms, and payments. If there are any questions along the way, we can help. Trona Valley, member NCUA.
24-23 Evanston at set point number 1. Kaylee Critchfield, the server. Up and down communicating on the officials. Critchfield started the contest with a service error and hits it back middle. Near ace, but a good run. Hatch rolls it over, blocked down by Sharp, and that's the set. 25-23, Evanston wins it. on the Impact Physical Therapy board, down 17-12 to a 25-23 win. Set number 2 coming up next. Teams will switch side on this First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Uintah County School District Number 1 has been committed to excellence since its beginning in 1870. This commitment is not only reflected in student education, but in our school buildings and facilities over the years. The staff at Uintah County School District Number 1 works hard to provide clean, comfortable, and safe learning environments for student learning. No matter what department you're working with, at Uintah County School District Number 1, you will always find us striving for the pathway to excellence.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Set number 2, about 26 seconds away, at least according to the clock, which has now been stopped. As we come out for this second set, the starting 6 for Evanston. Corey DeRue will check in at libero for Natalie Robbins in middle blocker position, playing in the back line. Lauren Ellingford in, Kaylee Sharp at middle blocker, Kaylee Critchfield at setter, Ajahana Archuleta at outside. Ellingford also at outside, but playing in the back row. It appears to start things. Actually, Ellingford will be, I think, outside hitter to start things off in this first rotation. Archuleta will start in the back. And Emily Freeland playing in the back row. Long serve, and it is out of bounds. Late call. Wallentine sent it back right side and out of bounds. 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston on top. No, they gave it back to, never mind. Went both ways, went back to Rich County, and so it's 1-0 Rich, and now 2-0 Rich after Evanston fails to return the second serve. So Wallentine still back serving. Number 5. And out of rotation, number 2 in as many sets. That one on Kaylee Sharp. The line between her and Ellingford got crossed up. Ellingford's playing in the back line at that outside hitter position in serve-receive. So Sharp was either too far to the left or too far to the right. I'm not sure exactly where they are in it. I think it might have been too far to the right. Long and out of bounds, so 3-0 becomes 3-1. Good serving run to start things off by Wallentine. Kaylee Critchfield, the opening server for Evanston. Back middle, outside, and blocked, and picked back up. McKenna Stacy on that first attack for Rich County. High and outside to Ellingford, blocked down on the hands of Hatch. 4 back-to-back points for Evanston, 3-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Critchfield lines up, jumps it over. Outside to Stacy, tied on the net. DeRue pushes it up. Archuleta with the second bump, and third over by Ellingford. Shanked return by Brown sends Brown on a run, and a high attack by Hatch goes out of bounds. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Critchfield served from the far left side last time, set up to the far right on the jump over, and hits the net for an air. 4-3, Rich County. Up but down 1-0. Emily Freeland into the front line for Evanston, along with Kaylee Sharp and Lauren Ellingford. Taya Peterson, the server for Rich. High and out of bounds, about far enough to make a basket on the other side. 4-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Ellingford, the server for Evanston, slaps it back to McKenna Stacy. Stacy will get the attack from the left side. Cross court out of bounds, and the Airs mount continuing for Rich County. Ellingford, Archuleta, and Sharp, your 3 front liners for the Lady Red Devils. They haven't had to use them too much as of late. Critchfield, DeRue, Ellingford, your backliners for the Devils. Service ace by Lauren Ellingford. Dropped it in front of Shelby Burton. 6-1 run for Evanston after going down 3-0. Ellingford, flat-footed, serve it right back at Burton. Another tough return for her results in a pushover by Stacy that hits the tape and falls back on Rich's side. So 4 hits and 7-4 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston 7-1 run. Ellingford back to Burton, targeting her as of late. Bump up by Staple. DeRue to Archuleta, 3 and over for Evanston. Nearly a kill. Yes, it was. A pancake attempt by Wallentine, no good. 8-4. Rich a little bit deflated right now. They had some great runs in set number 1. Not seeing much of that on their back heels. Burton shanks it, 9-4. See what Cindy Stewart does here if they maybe pull her out for this rotation. Shelby Burton being attacked right now. Back to Burton. No surprise there. Tied on the net for the setter. Dumps it over. Archuleta to Freeland to Sharp. Set over the net. Archuleta. Desperation push up. Back to Freeland. 3 and over for Critchfield. Burton to Brown. Outside off the tape. McKenna Stacy gets it over. DeRue to Archuleta. Joust at the net. Won by Rich for the moment, back on Rich's side, pushed over and out of bounds. DeRue was going to touch it and then pulled off at the last second. Out of bounds, and 10-4, Evanston on top. 10-1 run for the Lady Red Devils. Ellingford continues to serve at Burton, and boy, not sure how that wasn't a lift, but it wasn't, so it's on Evanston's side. Critchfield to Archuleta, down the line. I think there was a touch on the block, and there was a touch on the block, so it's 11-4. Good line shot by Archuleta. It landed out of bounds, but it went off what I think the arm was of, who was that? Was that maybe the setter there? It might have been Ellie Brown who got a touch on it. McKenna Stacy pushes it over onto Evanston's side. DeRue bump set to Archuleta. Line shot, back middle. Wallentine pushes it up. Out to the middle where it's sent over, and Sharp on a quick set. Carried it a little bit, but 12-4 nonetheless. And a 12-1 run for Evanston. Cindy Stewart took just 1 timeout last time. Surprising she hasn't taken one here. Let serve over, results in an ace as Rich doesn't even move toward it. 13-4. Ellingford continuing to serve and out of bounds. Yes, called on the back line, out of bounds. What a run it was, though. And collectively, that is your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Lauren Ellingford leading a 13-1 run in set number 2 for Evanston. A few aces, some great targets on Burton, and not a whole lot of action on Evanston's offensive side. That is your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Just like that, Evanston gets the possession back on a service error, long and out of bounds by Ridge County. Kaylee Sharp back with a 14-5 lead. Bump up by Stacy. Wants the return attack. Gets it cross quarter. Hit up high into the rafters. It's into the stands. And that's something that will have to be dealt with throughout the day for all the teams here in this auxiliary gym. The lowish or lower ceiling with the rafters will change the trajectory of several volleyballs throughout the day. Back-to-back service errors by Rich County. Gives the point back to Evanston, 15-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Emily Freeland out of the contest. Kelly Saxton in. Kaylee Critchfield out as well. Sydney Bound back to serve and will be setting in this 6-2 for Evanston. How the rotations are exactly worked out from set to set, I'm not sure between that setting position. Guess we'll have to play it by ear and maybe get some more information on Coach Lawler, from Coach Lawler in between contests. I'm sure that will probably change from set to set all day too. On Rich's side, a Brown bump is over by Tingy. High set by Bound down the line for Archuleta. Sydney gets it up right where Aja Hanna likes it. And maybe that's where Sydney can find a good role this year, is setting with Aja Hanna. She keeps looking back at Sydney saying, that's exactly where I want it. It keeps looking like it's going to go behind Aja, but she puts those long arms up and continues to get it. Ace by Sydney, 17-6. .9:30 the time on the clock here in the AM. First of three contests today for Evanston and all teams in attendance at the Cokeville Invitational. Ace on the line by Sydney Bound, 18-6. Rich County went up 3-0 and since then has been outscored 18-3. This set number 2 seems just about all but over. Backline attack by Wallentine into the net. The only thing that could have ruined it was a net touch by Robbins, but she pulled back on it, 19-6. Sydney continues to serve. It's been her and Ellingford. That's been your totality of servers. Outside of a quick appearance by Kaylee Critchfield. Wallentine sends it long and out. No touch once again. 20-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is not the same Rich team we saw in set number 1, although Evanston, as they're looking down to the sidelines trying to contain their smiles, they think they've found a little bit of a groove here. Another error by Rich. Kendall Staple sends it long from the middle attack. 21-6. Bound still serving. Return by Wallentine on the attack, looking for something, anything, partially blocked by Saxton. Attack by Archuleta on her back heels, rolls it over the net, outside to Wallentine. Blocked down by Natalie Robbins. A fist pump by Robbins following that, and a 22-6 advantage for Evanston. Sydney Bound serving. Back middle and near ace. Wallentine rolls it. Robbins deflects. Aja Hanna goes down on the bump. Dump set over by Sydney Bound. Run by Brown and a roll over the net. Bound outside. No to the middle for Archuleta. She's blocked. Picked up by Evanston's Robbins. Archuleta will dump set it over. Brown to the middle. Staple backside. DeRue on the net and no dig out to be. And finally a point for Rich County. The last time they scored a point was at 15-6. 22-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, brought to you by Justin Dennis. And another service error. So the last 3 times Cokeville has had an attempt at scoring, they've given it right back up with a service error. 23-7. 24-7. Set point number 1. Give Rich another point, so 24 to, oh, they gave the point to the wrong side. It should be 24-7. It's 23-8 instead, so we should be at set point. Down the line, that's the game, but will they give it to him? That's the contest. Well, I guess you can't get too mad because Rich hasn't been able to get many points, so the referees, or the scorekeeper rather, gave that what would have been set point to Rich. So we're at 24-8. Blocked by Ellingford, and the game is over. On to set number 3 next, 25-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. An absolute blowout in set number 2 after a 3-0 deficit was gained early by Evanston. We will be back in a couple of minutes for set number 3 as Evanston has a chance to sweep match number 1 of the year at the Cokeville Invitational. This is a First Bank presentation of Evanston Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The Lumberyard in Evanston, Wyoming is your local IFA dealer. The Lumberyard has tons of animal feed lines and accessories to help with your farm and ranch. Since 1923, IFA has worked to manufacture and distribute the highest quality products to the agricultural community. The Lumberyard has partnered with IFA to develop product lines based on customer need. We won't sell you something that doesn't make you successful. Visit us online or at the Lumberyard today, your local IFA dealer, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Seavers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Seavers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Seavers. Seavers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Set number 3 quickly approaching here at the Auxiliary Gym in Cokeville, Wyoming. Evanston leading Rich County 2-0. Took the second one 25-8 after a 25-23 set 1 win. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, offering a 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary powertrain warranty. Go see them today at 100 Wasatch Road in Evanston. Today's broadcast also brought to you in part by the 307 Service Experts. One call to fix it all. At the 307 Service Experts, that number 223-4644, providing HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services to customers across Southwest Wyoming. Evanston will have the serve and will be on the left side of the net in set number 3 in the navy blue jerseys. Probably a little difficult to differentiate the two teams color-wise on the screen. Black versus navy blue. Kaylee Critchfield with the opening serve for Evanston. Corey DeRue, the libero. Ajahana Archuleta up in the front line along with, actually it'll be Archuleta in the back line to start this off, and Ellingford, Freeland, and Sharp in the front line for Evanston. First attack by Trineri on the outside position is sent right into the net. 1-0 for Evanston. So indeed, Freeland will be playing right side, at least in this first match, and probably throughout several points in this season. A freshman playing varsity in the first couple of contests for Evanston. Brown to the middle. Hatch sends it long and out of bounds. Rich, well, they've had air problems throughout this second set and moving into the third, and even in the first. That's how they allowed the comeback on Evanston. Hitting airs, service airs, returning airs, setting airs. A block by Freeland has it back to Trineri at the 10-foot line, and she sends it into the net, and she's just shaking her head, throwing her hands in the air, clearly flustered. I think she just said, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. And that's what happens after a 25-8 set loss. You know, the victory for Evanston, they're on cloud 9 right now, but for Rich, they can't do anything right, and it's just compounding in their own minds. Critchfield to Archuleta in the back line, a roll shot over the net. Brown outside to Trineri. She is partially blocked. Back onto Evanston's side, though. Critchfield outside to Ellingford. Line shot off the body and hands of Hatch. 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. The Rich County Rebels and Evanston Lady Red Devils have faced off the last few years, and they've both been great matches. This one, a little bit different, though. A great start to the contest, but set number 2 was an absolute drubbing, and Critchfield continues to serve and delivers an ace here. 5-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sage Tingy playing middle back and going off her arms last time. See if Critchfield goes back to her. No, instead she goes to McKenna Stacy, but it shanks off her hands. 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Timeout by Coach Cindy Stewart, just her second of the contest. We'll take one as well in this First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
You always wanted to take your favorite indie and local concerts and stream them to the comfort of your own headphones. Find your favorite local and indie band live on the only station dedicated to playing your songs from your favorite local and indie bands. Listen in on indie at mylocalradio.com and find your next favorite song. Warning, My Local Radio is solely responsible for you enjoying your favorite music on mylocalradio.com.
It's what we need.
6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston leading 2-0 and up 6-0. Kaylee Critchfield serving for the Lady Red Devils. Back to the Rich County Rebels. Outside Trineri, partially deflected by Kaylee Sharp. Bump set to Ellingford down the line and then the back mid. Walentine will bump it over. Blocked by Sharp. Diving save made by Trineri. Still alive, but a quick set to Sharp will end it. Kaylee Sharp makes it 7-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And the Lady Red Devils continue to roll. They allowed just 8 points in the last set. Going back to that point, they are outscoring Rich. Floating serve, you got to adjust that now because it goes into the net 7-1, so I got to adjust that. So Rich took a 3-0 lead, lost set 2, 25-8. So 5, now 6, 25 plus 7, 32-9 run is what Evanston's on. Back set on a cross quarter to Ellingford, defended, and back to Trineri for Rich. High and up to DeRue, bumped by Archuleta, 3 and over by Sharp. Hatch with the first touch. Brown outside to Trineri. Low on the net. Cross quarter stays in, though. Went through the seam created by the block. It failed to close in between the middle and the right side. 7-2, back-to-back points for Rich County. Hatch, a hard, heavy-handed serve. Two players converge. Archuleta and Sharp run into each other and call that a communication error and a point for Rich County. 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hatch sends it down to DeRue, pancaked up, and a block is deflected. Ellingford from the back line shoots a line drive to the middle, and Hatch cannot send it back over. It was a kind of a tee-off for Hatch, but she just wasn't ready for it. 8-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. The pancake alone by DeRue was unexpected enough, and that's what happens on the winning side of 25-8. Everything goes right, just like everything goes wrong for Rich County. Trineri shanks a return in the left back position, and an ace for Evanston puts the score at 9-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sierra Burley serving for the Lady Red Devils. A near ace returned over the net. Kaylee Critchfield to Archuleta. Tip over. The sky hook goes for a kill right over the block of Brown. 10-3. Brown to Trineri, cross quarter, out of bounds, no touch, 11-3. Serve over by Burley. Brown at the middle position to Trineri. 2 blockers, goes through the seam. Picked up by Critchfield in the backline defense. Roll shot at the middle position by Archuleta. Brown again at the middle. A good pass to Wallentine, blocked by Freeland and Sharp. Push by Wallentine to the back right side. Quick, Kaylee wants the quick. She gets it and finds the space in the short middle court. 12-3. Big gaps in this defense, especially on a quick set. Kaylee hitting a lot better from the middle position than, at least this is early. It's very early, but in this first contest, a service error by Burley gives a point back to Rich County. She looks maybe like a natural offensive fit at middle as opposed to right side. She has a righty, so if she is hitting from the right side, she doesn't have that open stance ability. Here she is hitting from the right side, and it's deflected high up in a carry, and the split's done by Trineri. Athletic move, but all for naught. 13-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Kaylee Sharp serving. High up on Trineri's hands. Trineri having a frustrating contest. 14-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And they just gave the point to Rich County. Well, whatever. 13-5. That's what the score will be. Outside to Wallentine. Blocked by Robbins. Middle to Trineri. Into the net. That's 4 hits. And now they did correct the score, so 14-4 becomes 15-4. Sharp serving. Low and off the ground and returned over to Evanston side. Saved by Sharp and flipped over by Kaylee Critchfield, 16-4. The setter getting a rare chance to terminate on a broken play. Sharp the server, back middle. Brown to the middle. Trineri sends it high. Lofting shot to Burley. Back set by Critchfield. A little off target. Freeland deals with it. Hits the rafters and falls down on Rich's side. Those rafters, that's the second play that's been affected by them and certainly not the last. 17-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. I hear a whistle. I look up and see a substitution. Ellie Brown is out, and let's see who's in. J.C. Cornea into set. Cornea makes a run, tight on the net, has to bump it over. Tee off for Robbins, back left side. J.C. outside to Trineri, through a seam. Burley picks it up in the back mid. Middle attack by Archuleta. No chance for Taya Peterson to recover in time after it went through the middle block. 18-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Well, this set is just about done, and that would signal the end of the match if Evanston can hold on and score these final 7 points. Push up by Archuleta, and a deep shot by Critchfield out of bounds. 18-5. What you cannot do in this contest is take too much out of it. First sets of the year for either team, and neither team looked all that strong in the first, but Rich, as I mentioned, they're turning over just about everyone on this roster. You figure if you face them in a month, they're going to have a whole lot more figured out. But right now, this is a team in flux and a team struggling. Combo X attack, fake to Robbins, and in the back comes up Archuleta for the kill. Call that the X because Robbins crosses over to the left side, and then to her right comes Archuleta from behind on that combo attack. That's become a staple of Evanston volleyball in the last 3 seasons. Sydney Bounds serving with the left hand, 19-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Back set to Tingy, and a kill. Mountain View heading down. Getting set to play after this. Substitution, Hatch comes in, and Taya Peterson is out. JV contests start all the games with 2 sets to 19. That takes about 45 minutes before the varsity will take the court. So that's a kill by Natalie Robbins to make it 20-6. That's why we're not sure exactly when we go on air for all these contests, and especially as the days and the games compact. and pile on top of each other. We don't know if we're going to be ahead because they will work ahead at this tournament. They will also, of course, get behind at times. This will probably put them a little ahead of schedule in a 3-setter as it's 20-6, floating serve over by Archuleta. Outside, J.C. Cornea sets up to McKenna Stacy for a kill off the blocking hands of Robbins. 20-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Shelby Burton into the game for Rich County and serving. 20-7 the score. We expect to be back about between 3:30 and 4:15 for Preston. Miffed back set to Robbins ends up working as a point for for Evanston, as Rich County was just off, just set as much off by that weird set as was Robbins and the rest of the Lady Red Devils. Robbins adjusted, got it over, and Rich was on his back heels. 21-7 outside to Stacy, 8 feet out of the net. Long run for Bound. She sets up Ellingford and is blocked. Blocked by Hatch. And Rich County with another point, 21-8 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 9:55, 5 minutes before 10 a.m. Evanston trying to close out their neighbors to the north. Rich County in 3 straight sets. Mackenzie Smith serving. Long and back middle, Lexi Leland picks it up outside to Ellingford, tied on the line, toes it, and picked up by Wallentine on an excellent save. Won't result in an attack for Rich. They just get it over to the middle. Sharp's been money so far, and a good diving save by Wallentine. Pancake up by Leland, behind the back bump. Goes to Hatch. Run for Cornea. 8 feet attack for Trineri. Bound from the right side, over the net, looking for Ellingford. Tee off for Sharp, back middle to Wallentine. Cornea, outside to Trineri. Tired legs, but gets it up and over the line, and a long return into the net. Ellingford cannot save it. Rich County with the point, 21-9. Mackenzie Smith to Ellingford and a double hit. 21-10. Ellingford tried to push it up and got the right hand up on it a little bit quicker than the left. Back for Smith. Goes back to Ellingford. Shank bump, goes to DeRue. Bump set out to Ellingford. 10-foot line shot. Picked up by Burton. Burton to Cornea. Hatch on a line drive, middle attack. 21-11. Smith continuing to serve and going on a run. Leland pulls off. It's out of bounds and run ended. 22-11. Air. Whistle blown for substitution. Emily Freeland, the freshman, in for Evanston. Kaylee Critchfield in for the Devils as well, moving back to serve and set for the Red Devils. Doubled up score, 22-11. Burton goes to Cornea. Trineri waiting on it a bit. May have messed with her timing a little bit. Took something off the attack. Ellingford from Critchfield. Whoa, whiffed on that one. Hit it on maybe a little bit low on her palm of her hand there. 22-12. 22-12. Ellingford to Critchfield on a bump, and Ellingford still gets an attack, but it's long and out. 22-13. Rich trying to make a late run. Hatch on the serve. On the right side of the net, back to DeRue. Here's a good attack, quick, no, dumped over by Critchfield. Nearly goes for a kill. Cornea picks it up. Trineri to the back left side. Leland, back set from Critchfield to Emily Freeland, line and in space. The freshman with a kill, I believe her first kill of the season. 23-13, 2 points away from match winner. Lauren Ellingford awaiting the substitutions for Rich to be complete. Taya Peterson comes into play right back. Sage Tingy in at middle back. Whistle blown, here's the serve. 23-13, just over. Tingy with the touch. Cornea, shoot outside to Trineri, over the block. Critchfield into the net, and a lift on Emily trying to dig it out. Double hit actually called, same difference. 23-14. Push up by Archuleta. She runs and gets a deep attack. Into space. Match point number 1, 24-14. Pushed up the receive and pushed the attack. Substitution for Rich. Smith is out and McKenna Stacy is in for the Rebels. Kaylee Sharp. Close-fisted punch over the net. Outside to Trineri on 2 blocks. Finds the seam. Went over the hands of Freeland, and there was not quite a close between her and Robbins. That left some space for Trineri, and they actually left that gap right in the seam of where Trineri was lined up with her right arm. So try it, match point number 2, 24-15 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board, brought to you by Justin Dennis. Trineri on the serve. Rally scores, so match point nonetheless, serving or otherwise. Out the middle, Archuleta is blocked. Critchfield to Daru, a bump set. Outside to Robbins, into the donut hole, and that's the match. 1-0 is how Evanston starts the year here at the Cokefield Invitational. A straight set victory over Rich County. 25-23, 25-8, 25-15, your final on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. We will come back with post-game coverage next on this First Bank presentation of Lady Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Throughout life, we celebrate the important milestones with jewelry, like graduation with a class ring, a watch for Father's Day, wedding sets for the bride and groom, a strand of pearls for your sweet 16, mother's rings to celebrate family. Commemorate these milestones working side by side with your personal jeweler at Sievers Jewelers. When you want to say, I want this moment to last forever, say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome post-game here. Evanston with a straight set victory over the Rich County Rebels, 25-23, 25-8, 25-15. Again, recognize some of our main sports sponsors new to the crew and some old as well. Rocky Mountain Yeti offering a 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary powertrain warranty. Rocky Mountain Yeti of Evanston. Also, Kazine's in Evanston, where the legacy continues at 800 Front Street. And the 307 service experts. One call to fix it all, 307-223-4644. Mountain View in Preston. The teams coming up in this JV match and varsity following, a 4-team pool. All the teams are in the auxiliary gym for Pool C today. Evanston, Mountain View, Rich, and Preston. Those are your auxiliary gym teams. The top 2 will make it out to the gold bracket. There's a chance a third could make it out as well. It's a 12-team tournament here at Cokeville, and 8 in all make it to the gold bracket. The remaining 4 play 2 contests in what is called the silver bracket. No champion in that, just round robin. Evanston off to a good start if they would like to complete that then. 1-0 They take on Preston. JV scheduled for about 3:30. Again, teams will work ahead in this tournament if they can, and we're probably a little bit ahead of schedule with a 3-setter and a blowout in set 2 and 3. Probably put us a little bit ahead for this contest. So maybe between 3:30 and 4:15 is when we expect to go on with Preston. If we can give you any updates over the radio, we will. Otherwise, just keep watching out and know that's our time window. And then the final game scheduled to start at 6 p.m. against Mountain View. And again, that one is scheduled to be JV scheduled time. So 6 to 6:30 again, maybe 6:45, depending if we move back. But right now, I'd say we're ahead of schedule here in Cokeville. So maybe getting games going a little bit earlier than expected. But a lot of matches yet to be played, JV and varsity. Evanston, though, winning in straight sets over Rich County, moving to 1-0 on the season, 25-23, 25-8, and 25-15. We will give you a weekend update at the end of this for the radio in the morning. So AJ back in the studio. Saturday, that's when at the last match, that's when we'll give you your wrap-up of all the contests at once. So run you one more time through the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. That was the long serving run by Lauren Ellingford in set number 2 when it was 3-0, and all of a sudden it became 13-3 on some great serving and offensive and defensive play by the Lady Red Devils as well. But that's your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game and changing the tides of this contest. And Rich was never able to regain any sort or any semblance of momentum. That will do it for us for now. And we will come back again to bring you Evanston versus Preston, Idaho at about 3:30 to 4:15. That's our time window for varsity action starting. And we will have Mountain View coming up after that. Thanks for listening, and we got a long season ahead. Again, one more programming note. We are not bringing you 0-week Evanston versus Altamont football, but there is a website out there that is streaming it. So if we can find out what that is, we will send that information along your way. So if you would like to find out what is going on for the football team in a game that will not count, a preseason game, it will be wiped from the record, but a game nonetheless, we will be giving that information along to you. Thanks for listening. I'm Jake Hibbard. We'll see you back a little bit later, live from the Cokeville Invitational on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Thank you for listening to this First Bank presentation of Evanston Lady Red Devil Volleyball. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. Check out mylocalradio.com for more live and archived games of Evanston and the surrounding area. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in.